Fourth segment time, the trip. Let's recap.
Oh, did we already talk about it?
No.
Oh.
We need to recap how it went. What do the folks think? Are we going again? What is our plan for going again?
Oh.
So we're not going in October, right?
Yeah.
Are we going to go in November?
We could try.
We're not going to see the Galactic Center.
It'll be low on the horizon.
Yeah.
I don't know how low.
No, we don't want to. I don't. Oh, do you want to just go
Actually, I looked it up. April is the least humid month.
For Nebraska?
Mm-hmm.
That's almost...
April is the least humid month.
That's also the least predictable month. We do have two chances, but it's because it's a black moon, right? There's two.
I don't know.
I thought there were 2 new moons in it.
Well, maybe it is.
Oh, also, I changed the watch face on here. I can get the phases of the moon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think it's updating quite correctly because I think it's a bit fuller than that, but I don't know. Yeah. I was like, it was in a dream. And I was thinking, in this dream, I was looking at my watch, and it had,
the moon phase?
it had like the phase of the moon and what time it rose and what time sunset was and that kind of stuff. I was like, oh, why did this watch face like that? I would like to design a Fitbit Versa watch face that has that information.
Yeah?
But, whatever. I don't know who you'd contact about doing that.
Fitbit?
Well, yeah, but you have to, somebody who can program and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I would like to make... Because then maybe you could get a Fitbit as well. We can both get, the newest Fitbits.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like the astronomer's thing. So it's got, what time sunrise is, if sunrise is happening soon, and what time the moon sets.
The sunrise will happen in about 3 months.
So it's whatever's closest and chronologically going forward. So is moonrise the closest next? It'll tell you the moon rises at this time. Oh, is the moon setting? Is that closer to what time it is currently? It'll tell you when that is. And then sunset, sunrise, it'll tell you, okay, you're closer to sunrise right now because it's 3 a.m. So yeah, we're going to tell you when sunrise is. So once the sun sets, it tells you what time sunrise is. And then once the sun rises, it tells you what time the sun sets. And then once the moon rises, you get the picture.
Yeah. No, I don't actually.
But anyways, and then also it'll give you the time, month, date, year, and then your steps, and your heart rate. That's all I really care about. This one has a battery percentage on here as well, which is pretty nice. But,
yeah.
No, but this thing, I like this one. It could be better, but yeah. It's all one color. The problem was I wanted the moon to be white, but it also then...
No, what I think would be cool...
Red?
Is if you had just the time, because that's how a watch works, and then you click on the time, and then it gives all the other stuff. Because it does look kind of cluttered right now.
I like the clutter, though.
I think it'd look better if it's just the time. You click on the time.
We can make 2 watch faces.
Because I guess a personal preference.
We could have the fill version.
Because in my mind, I just feel it's a watch. You show the watch, and then you click on it, and then it could show all the other stuff.
That'd be the fill version.
The fill version.
Yeah. The fill version it's just the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you probably want to know the date as well. Because the whole point of probably a smartwatch is having all the information handy. Basically, my old watch face. Your heart rate, your steps, the date, and the time.
I guess you could swipe left to right for the date.
True. I mean, whatever. This one's just the way it's... Because it's got these circles in here, which I don't... They're whatever. They're pointless to me.
Mm-hmm.
They show you, how close you're meeting your step goal. How high's your heart rate? I don't know why there's a circle for the heart rate. What hits the max, I die? What happens when I hit the max?
Yeah.
And then the battery percentage. I don't really care about the battery percentage, so...
Yeah, when it dies, it dies.
Well, I get a notification on my phone, and I always periodically check. I guess now I don't have to periodically check anymore.
Don't you just charge it every night?
No.
How long does it go?
3 to 4 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know how long the new Fitbit Versus last, but... Anyways. So, yeah. So, what did you think of the whole trip?
Well, it's great. I had a good time.
That's die. So I mean, okay. So if we're gonna go in November, it'll have to be that first week, obviously.
Yeah.
Because then I'm gonna go to the movies the next week.
Yeah.
And, hopefully, in theory. We're gonna go unless there's like a catastrophic snowstorm. We're just gonna do it though, right?
Probably.
Or are we gonna check forecasts again? Or
You probably should. Like, we should probably check the forecast a week out and be like, yeah, maybe we should call it. Because, I mean, I don't want to go if it's going to be cloudy.
Right, neither do I.
Because, I mean, we can, as we know,
otherwise we're just going to be sitting
We can literally rent a motel, like, the day of.
Well, yeah, especially out there. Oh, the poor lady, we told her to be back in October. Oh, well. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. I don't know.
But yeah, I thought, then I looked up humidity or whatever. I saw April is the least humid.
It's also the most shoddy month for Nebraska. It's either nice or it's a snowstorm.
Yeah.
1 week is one thing, next week is the other. April is the one month where you can go from snow at the beginning of the week to tornadoes at the end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point it's 90 in between.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
And Nevada, I'm sure it's obvious, though. It is 50th for lowest humidity. Which does not, it's zero. It's like 30 or 40% average, which is still, I thought was kind of high. 30 to 40, I guess that is the whole state, though.
I mean, the atmosphere is filled with water vapor.
Yeah?
It is literally So, of the greenhouse gases that are in the atmosphere, water is to blame for the majority, right now anyways, the majority of the greenhouse effect.
Oh, I thought it was methane.
No. Methane is more powerful, but there's much more water vapor.
Oh, okay.
Water vapor is very good at trapping heat.
Yeah.
Like, extremely good. Actually, it might be better than methane, honestly. But then there's a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. There's a lot of water vapor in the atmosphere. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's constantly sucking up water from plants.
Yeah.
In the desert, so... I doubt it's that humid where we're going, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. That the one problem with where we kind of pick, there's that mountain there, so we'd have to literally go to the top of the mountain.
Well, I mean, I haven't had time to surf the terrain.
Right. So...
I'm sure there's a plain or valley or...
And if we're going to do that, we're going to go in May, right?
Yeah.
But what's the wet season in the desert there?
I haven't looked.
That would be something to find out. We don't want to go and get stuck in a flash flood.
Yeah, so you go in April.
That could be flash flood season there.
Oh, so you go in January.
So, we got to start
packing. Pack your bags, boys.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. So if we're gonna go in November, do we bring the telescope?
Probably not.
So we're just
so cold.
So we're just
Your binoculars.
Well, yeah. I'm thinking. I gotta bring I gotta buy another Amazon Basics tripod. I hope they're.
What's wrong with your tripod?
Well, nothing. I have 2 Amazon Basics tripods.
Yeah.
But I want to use one for the camera, one for the binoculars, and then another tripod that I can just quick disconnect the binoculars and go to that one that's at your height.
Oh.
Or you just get your own binoculars mountain.
Yeah.
Tripod.
I'll do that. I'll get right on that.
Get to work. That's what you need to save up for.
Binoculars.
Binoculars, tripod, and tripod mount.
Oh, I have to buy it all separate? 3 things?
Well, yeah. I mean, the tripod's like $25. The mount's like $15.
It doesn't come with the mount? Okay, whatever.
No, it doesn't. Just get the Amazon Basics tripod, okay?
Is it free? Or
what?
No, shipping.
If you can use my Amazon account if you really need to.
Oh,
I don't know why I went to YouTube. I went Amazon.
Amazon.
What'd you just hit?
I hit A.
That's not gonna no.
Well, I thought you were typing into Google. I thought you Recent purchases.
No, I haven't bought Amazon Basics tripod in so long. Okay, so they've changed it because maybe you can't get the Amazon Basics anymore. This is a different one. This isn't the right one. Here it is. Hey, look at that. You get a 2-pack. Let's split it. It's more expensive.
Wait, to get tripod?
But
Oh.
you get 2 of them. We can split it. But not. I don't need a third.
Oh, here, get out of here.
Amazon Basics. I don't need a third one because I have a third tripod. I just don't need a third Amazon Basics one. I need another.
Wait, what do you mean? You don't need a third?
I don't need another Amazon Basics tripod. I don't. It's not
I
necessary.
thought you said you need another tripod.
No, if you don't get one.
Oh.
Yes, I will need a third Amazon Basics if you don't get one.
Oh, okay.
But if you do, I don't need one.
And then the,
Maybe you should get the 2-pack.
why?
Then you can have one for your camera.
My camera.
Your camera doesn't work, but you just have another tripod for your camera.
Oh, I need to get a camera.
That too.
Alright. Wait, add it to your cart. And then I could just go home and buy it.
Well, I've got stuff in my car right now.
Oh, you do? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
And then what kind of mount?
What? Oh, you're logged into my account, aren't you?
No, I think I'm logged into mine, but I can log out.
This one.
That one.
It's good enough. But you need binoculars first.
I would need binoculars.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get a camera, I'd say we just split on the more expensive camera then.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, I want to,
What?
if we're going to get, well, either way, it could still be used for YouTube. The R5 is just like, so there's 3 different cameras you can get. There's the RA, which is specific for astrophotography. You can't buy it anymore. Not that I can find on Amazon anyways. I'd probably have to go on some camera website. Mm-hmm. Or there's the R, or there's the R5. Now, so it's like, do you want more megapixels or no? And do you want it to have other purposes? The problem with the R5 right now is, though, it overheats. But that's like if you're doing video footage. But like, obviously, I'm only going to do 1080p.
Yeah.
So, also, I found a different lens. It's much more expensive, but it's by a reputable company. And it's f1.4. And it's 16 millimeters, so we can get nice, wide field of view. Yeah, because I didn't. The other ones were just too punched in. I didn't like that. 16 millimeters is fine, just fine. I can even use it for YouTube then still, because it's 16. I don't have to use it just for astrophotography. This is for my camera though. That's not nothing to do with yours. Now, these are my next things I gotta buy though. Why do I need a kitchen timer, you might ask? That's because the buttons on my oven are like cracking, and I didn't put that on my thing, and I don't want to have to pay to have them fixed. And so I don't want to wear out the buttons on my microwave. I haven't had my microwave timers all the time, so I'm just like, I'll just buy a Moo timer. I wanted a chicken, but then I saw the cow, and it's a solid stainless steel cow, and I'm like, oh, okay.
We're getting a moo.
Funny enough, the stainless steel one is cheaper than the plastic one. And then this gray backdrop is for the star projector to go in my room.
10 feet by 12 feet.
It's much bigger than I need it to be.
You have to get rid of that light, though.
Well, you're not going to have the light on if you have the star projector on.
Oh. Well, I mean, so it's not a permanent stay up there?
So what it's going to be, so we're going to have okay, kids, you're going to see this here. So, for my project I'm doing in my room, it's the one with the stars and planets on it. Mm-hmm. It's going to sit kind of right about here.
Okay.
And then the little stars, the planet's going to hang from it. I'm assuming the lowest planet's going to be about here, probably, just because how big those stars are.
Yeah.
Because I want to get the big styrofoam one.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it. I kind of want to put it at the center, but then I don't have a light. As like it's a supermassive black hole or something, but then I don't have a light. So I'll just have to probably just put it in one of the corners.
Uh-huh.
So remember we had a triple star system, technically.
Oh, you
double
should. If
star?
you should paint, you should get one of those and paint it with Vanta black.
Well, I mean, so the big one. Okay, here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking I do orange. Because remember we have the hyper blue giant.
Mm-hmm.
We have that red giant.
Green. We need green.
There are no green stars. Anyways.
That'd be cool though.
And then we have that brown dwarf.
Yeah, and then you need a black hole.
We already have a black hole.
We do?
Or we have a
broken planet with a red center.
No, we do have a black one. I thought we did. The box is right over here. I don't want to dig through
Just
it.
get it.
There's
Just paint it
also a
Vanta
rocket
black.
sitting on top of it currently.
Vanta black.
No, Vanta Black is so Vanta. You can't get Vanta Black. And second, there is black 3.0 or whatever that you can buy, but that's extremely expensive. It's like $60 for a tube.
Oh, the tube is like what? Like one.
You wouldn't cover it.
Really?
Yeah.
You need to buy a couple of them.
Couple? You need to Did you ever see where Action Lab covered an entire room in this stuff?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, he had a box.
He had a box, and each one of those is like $60, and they shipped to him for free. I'm like, there's $1,000 or more, several grand worth of black paint to cover the entire room with.
Yeah.
So, no, we're not doing that.
Okay.
I'm not paying several $100s to paint.
Get Vanta to sponsor.
Not Vanta Black 4.0 or whatever. Hey, people that make the super black paint that's commercially available.
Sponsor.
Hit me up. You can sponsor the office bill.
I'll send you the bill.
Oh. We can. So, I was going to spray paint the pegboard, right?
Yeah.
Black. Now we use that. So it's literally like looking into space.
Yeah.
Because space is a black body radiation.
Yeah.
Boop. So then, where those stars are, they're gonna pop. Because they're just they're gonna be super contrasty. And then where the little the little holes are in the pegboard, because remember we're gonna have the glow in the dark stars, and then we're gonna have holes in the pegboard in certain spots to make because we're gonna have lights above it.
Yeah.
And so those are really little pinholes that are gonna shine. This thing's gonna be cool. I can't wait. I've been thinking about how I'm gonna build it. It's gonna be a pain in the butt, but damn, once it's complete, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Have our own universe above our heads. Well, actually, the planets are probably more this way because I don't want to walk into them. I mean, I don't know. Again, I gotta come up with how I want to do it. I think so. In one corner, I'm gonna have it'll be technically a triple star system, quad star system, however you define a brown dwarf.
Yeah.
And so to have this supermassive star in the very far corner, I just don't know what color to put it as. Do I go orange? Or what do I do? Because I already have a blue. I already have a red.
Yellow.
This doesn't work at all. This doesn't work at all. We already have a yellow star.
Oh.
Well, although the yellow star is smaller than the brown dwarf. Mild
Green.
There's no green stars. They'll just look like a planet then. Hey, scientists.
White.
Explain to me. See, I thought about getting glow-in-the-dark spray paint and like getting like a silver color almost, like a really, really light silver. And I could do it as a white, but then also have strips of the glow-in-the-dark paint in it. And it'd kind of glow. But hey, scientists, why are there no green stars?
Oh, it's because, so in the spectrum, when it peaks, if you put the peak in green, it's still going to be getting all the other colors.
Oh, that's lame.
So you either can have red or blue.
Oh, that's dumb.
Or slightly more orangey red. But see, the more you start to shift it over, you get all the other colors. As well as the infrared, but you can't see the infrared. So then you can shift it over to the blue. So now you get all the other colors.
Are there purple stars?
Maybe. There might be purple stars.
Problem solved.
Let's look it up.
Are there purple stars?
It'd be a really hot star, though.
Hey, they never said this is a real universe, though. We have a brown dwarf bigger than a yellow sun. Yellow star. You can spot many colored stars in the night sky. Purple and green stars aren't seen because of the way humans perceive visible light.
So purple is too far ultraviolet, I guess.
Oh, so I need ultraviolet paint. So it's invisible. Until you hit it with a UV laser and it bounces back at your face.
Well, it's not a spectral color, it is hard. Higher than...
Well, violet.
Oh, however, there are no violet stars. There are no...
Bummer.
Oh, there are no violet stars.
Damn. No violet stars. Damn.
I think it's because you... Oh, well...
This is also on Reddit. Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. The human nose is extremely sensitive to truth.
Yeah, interesting thing about the human eye, we are super sensitive to different types, to different colors, but we're not sensitive enough. We're not sensitive to dim things enough. Because, like, our cameras can pick up, like, our cameras can do 30-second exposures. Our eyes can't do that.
16 hours for the first message to cross the Atlantic.
Okay, you're getting distracted. Nothing.
There's so many questions asked on Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit's... you and Outback would be... you and Outback on Reddit would be dangerous.
Why? What do you mean?
Outback spends all of his time on Reddit, and he gets distracted. Anyways, okay.
Wait, so he's like... Oh, yeah, because don't you spend all your time on TikTok?
I don't even use TikTok. It's Instagram.
Reels, yeah. So he's the Reels version... Reddit version of you on Reels.
Yeah. Actually, right now, I spend most of my time...
On YouTube.
No, in my YouTube... not my YouTube. In my Google, like, Discover page. Mm-hmm. That sends me news articles all the time.
Oh.
And I read about fusion. It's the only way to keep my brain from atrophying at this job, because it's not being used. Which is like one of the reasons why I want to maybe get my master's and doctorate, because I don't want my brain to atrophy.
Is that possible?
Yes. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Oh.
If you don't use your brain...
So now that school's over, I'm becoming dumber?
Yep.
We gotta start making some changes.
Like I said, I peaked in my, like, brain's ability to solve problems.
In third grade.
No, in my first semester of senior year of high school.
And after that you just became dumb?
Because that's when I was, like, peak ability to do calculus.
Oh, and now you can't do calculus?
No, I can still do derivatives.
That's it? But
I can't do integrals. I mean, high school me could barely do integrals. I'd argue he couldn't do integrals. Well, let's not talk about that.
Point is, you're now dumber than you are in high school.
Information that I know, but as for, like...
ability to
problem solve, probably.
Dumber.
like, in my ability to think outside the box. Now, could I come up with different solutions the high school me wouldn't have come up with? Yeah. That's just because I have more information available in my brain to me. But as for using it in more unique ways, no, I couldn't.
I see.
And you are also dumber than you were whenever you were taking your hardest math course.
Which was... Well, I mean...
So my brain's atrophied over almost 4 years now.
Linear algebra wasn't that bad. Probably Calc 3, maybe?
And you took Calc 3 twice. And when was the last time you took Calc 3?
Junior year? Oh, no.
You had an extended junior year.
Sophomore year?
You had an extended sophomore year. You have to be more specific. All your semesters were extended. You have to be more specific. Except for your freshman year. Everything was extended for you because you had 5 years.
Oh, yeah. I had a first semester year. A second freshman year. Wait, do I say I have 2 freshman years or 2 senior years?
Whenever you... So it's like... Well, or like, did you have like one and a half?
Well, no, I think I'd say I'd have 2 freshman years because my first freshman year I was a civil engineer.
Oh,
And then I became a freshman again.
So it was 2 years ago then?
2 years ago? Yeah. And ever since then I became dumb.
Yeah.
What about all my physics courses? Those use math?
Were those just as hard as...
yeah, I'd say they're almost harder.
Okay. Then you've only atrophied a few months.
Oh. So can you recover from atrophy? Or is it...
We gotta get our masters.
I want to know, like, is it one of these things how, like, you plateau and start going down and, like, you can only plateau? Or can I come back up again?
In speed? No.
So once you come down, you can only stop it, but you can't come back up?
I don't think so. Because speed, we're literally fastest when we're born. Our nerves travel the fastest when we're born. And they slow down every single day until the day you die.
But, I mean, old people can still think.
Yeah, but, you know, asking them to solve a linear algebra equation.
Actually, I learned what's kind of interesting how it works is that synapses are like highways, right? And so, obviously, it's faster to take the interstate than the highway because the highways go through all these small towns. Well, your synapses when you're born are like the interstate. There's no small towns. They just go zoom. Well, as more nerve cells are being, I don't know if they're created or just being developed, whatever process it is, there's now more links. It's now, there's no more interstates to bypass all the others.
Your brain does get bigger, and then it gets smaller. Your brain's your biggest when you're like 13.
But then what happens...
Fun fact.
Well, it also depends how big you are. Obviously, you don't want a big head on a small body.
Yeah, on average, though, before you hit puberty, your brain is the biggest it will be because I think it's your prefrontal cortex shrinks once you hit puberty.
No, it grows.
Okay.
Your prefrontal growth, that's when you start using operational thinking.
There's some other part of your brain, when you hit puberty, it shrinks and your brain gets smaller.
Probably the decision making.
Possibly.
Because, it's probably the decision making.
I don't know, but I do know, though, your brain does shrink when you go through puberty. It doesn't
Actually,
get bigger.
well, see, there's 2 decision making. There's the, long-term, critical thinking, and then there's,
Definitely that one.
And then there's split thinking.
Definitely the first one.
What? No, the critical thinking is one that grows. You
wouldn't think it.
What?
You wouldn't think by how they act.
Well, no, there's splits.
By the way they act, you wouldn't get.
But they're still using it though, because so the split shrinking, so the split thinking, that has to shrink because then eventually you reach your 20s, 30s, and you're like, yeah, I was kind of dumb back then.
Still dumb.
And still dumb today.
Still dumb today.
And still dumb today.
I'm only 21 and I'm still stupid.
I'm still just as dumb. I don't think my mind has shrunk at all. I'm still just
I will
dumb.
Say though,
no, but anyways,
some of the things.
But I was trying to say though is all the synapses are like highways. Now they have to pass through all the other neurons, and things get slowed down.
The brain got too big, slows things down.
Yeah.
But literally, the nerves also degenerate.
But see, I always kind of wondered though, if intelligence is linked tight, or if there's any sort of correlation. Because, you think about it, you need a bigger head.
There's
the
no,
bigger
but
you are.
remember, there's no correlation between brain size and intelligence.
Yes, yeah.
There literally isn't. We Googled it. There is no correlation, yes. They've done extensive studies. There's no correlation.
Oh.
See? I've already Googled it.
So,
Or if there was, it was within margin of error.
Oh.
Because look at that. We're talking like 0.1.
That's just 0.3.
Yeah, and 0.4. That's a difference of 0.1. So we're talking 0.1 difference.
No. It's 0.3 out of 1.
Oh.
So the error is 0.1. It's almost half out of a 1 to 1. So it's like a 1 to 2.
Not statistically significant. That's all that means.
Well, yeah. What's the p-value? That tells you if it's significant or not. Or is that the p-value?
Might be. I don't know. Point is, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because Einstein had a smaller brain.
Did he?
Yes.
Einstein had a small brain?
Yep. That's a no. How'd you not know that?
I think I did know that. I spelled Einstein wrong. Smaller than average.
Yep.
So it was more efficient.
Well.
So we had some larger parts.
Yeah. So it all depends on the parts.
Well, actually, so what is the amygdala or the hippocampus, whatever region is responsible. Well, I think that's short-term memory. I think it's the long-term memory version of the brain for cab drivers in New York City. They did a study, was like 4 times larger than the average person.
Well, yeah, I would hope so.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
4 times larger.
Well, it's still like the people that in those fishing villages that have like increased eyesight and lung capacity.
Yeah, but some of that's genetic. Like something like just training.
You don't think that if your dad's a cab driver, you're gonna be a cab driver?
No, but what
on and so forth.
What I'm saying though is
I'm pretty sure Kyle has a statistics thing on this.
But what I'm saying, anyone can become a cab driver, and you can train yourself to become better.
Yeah. So your brain can grow.
The brain is malleable. There is plasticity.
So the brain can grow neurons. Or at least
no.
around.
No. Brain cells is one of the things I don't think.
So it moves them around?
I don't know how it works. There's a lot of skepticism as to how the brain learns, because some say you don't grow more neurons.
But then maybe the cab driver thing suggests that you do.
I think either that or you learn.
Or you don't move them around.
Either that or you're not using all of them in a certain area.
And so there's
not active.
So it's not plumped up from mitosis.
Yeah, so maybe proteins make them bigger, or maybe there's just certain parts. Maybe there's certain cells that you don't use because the brain wants to, the brain wants to be more efficient, so it's going to minimize the amount of brain cells it needs. Well, then eventually it realizes it needs more, and so now you're having more brain cells that you're using, but you have all the cells you'll ever need. It's just that certain things require
you. Never know. I mean, we will know eventually.
AI, I'll figure it out. AI.
You'll figure it out.
AI.
Oh, Al.
AI. Because the eye.
It looks like an L.
Yeah, it looks like an L.
So Al.
Al will figure it out.
Right, but if Al figures it out, what else will Al know? And what else will Al do?
Al can do whatever he wants. He knows how we think.
If Al knows literally how our brains work, you think Al will want to tell us how our brains will work?
We'll make him.
Sure we will. Sure. And who knows? Will Al want to be called Al anymore? Maybe we're going to be called Stacy.
Stacy?
Maybe Al's not a guy. Maybe he's like.
Well, then you add the E at the end. That's how you make it feminine. Ali.
Maybe he doesn't want to be Ali. He wants to be Stacy.
Well, I mean, isn't that how you make any name?
Or maybe he wants to be Ichabod.
Docky, like-
or maybe he wants to be Ichabod Crane.
Well, like, what's the feminine version of Doc? Docky? Or...
There isn't. Doc isn't a name. It's a suffix. It's a prefix.
Oh.
It's a title.
So I can't name my kid Doc. Dr. Doc.
I mean, you could... Well, no, that'd be...
Dr.
last
Doc.
name would have to be Doc. Because you're Doctor last name.
Oh. Let's get a name change.
I'm not putting my first name as my last name. Just so that if I get my doctorate...
Dr. Doc. So you can still be Mr. Doc. Mr. Doc.
Anyways.
Hey, Doc.
Anyways, we are probably grossly over time. No, we're not approaching the...
Are we approaching a record?
No.
What is the
I
record?
think like over 30 minutes. Over 2 hours and 30
Over
minutes.
30 minutes?
2 hours, 30 minutes, yeah.
What are we at?
2 hours, 28 minutes. Plus, I gotta cut your comments about the nighttime. We gotta cut that. I don't know.
And
All your name drops. There's one at like they're all the way at like 6 minutes, and then there's one at like an hour and a half. I don't know. I'm gonna have to torture myself.
you have to watch the whole thing.
Unfortunately, because of you.
I'll watch it too.
No, you won't. You literally said, I don't know if I want to watch this all the way through. Do you watch all the podcasts?
I pick and choose which ones I want to watch.
Are you gonna watch this one?
Maybe.
This one has some interesting stuff.
There's some interesting stuff in this one. I might watch this one.
This is a fun podcast. I'll have to say this is probably one of the more fun ones we've had in a while. I mean, I had it more planned out than I usually do, and so like obviously we were kind of like we lost our steam on the fusion, but then we gained it back on the little boxes that go.
Well, yeah, because I was joking around. You can't be serious if you want something to be entertaining.
If you want true.
What science class have you been in where you didn't fall asleep if it was something that wasn't entertaining?
Anytime we're talking about stars, I never fall asleep.
You may not have, but the general... But you need something entertaining to stay awake.
Yeah, let's crack a joke about... Yeah, the star died. Ah! Ha! Ah! Ha! Ha! Oh, yeah. Black holes generate after a star dies. Ah! Ha! No, it's not fun. Anyways, I
do have a good black hole joke. I don't know.
No. Not on here. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcast every other Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. And good night.